Let's take a look at how Easter was celebrated across the world.
In Paris, Catholics celebrated Easter Mass in the shadow of the gutted Notre Dame Cathedral at the nearby Saint-Eustache Church on the right bank of the Seine. They were joined by officials, firemen and fellow Catholics from different countries. The Archbishop of Paris, Monsignor Michel Aupetit, presented the Notre Dame firefighters with a book of collected readings that they had saved from the blaze. The Notre Dame fire fell on the Monday of Holy Week, which culminates on Easter Sunday.
It is a tragedy, but I think in any tragedy you have to look for a hope of renewal. And it just shows me that not only the French people, but people around the world are really in tune to the Notre Dame and into Paris, and everyone wanted very much so to contribute to help pledge that they would rebuild quickly and restore the magnificence of Notre Dame.
In Jerusalem, hundreds of pilgrims gathered at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in the Old City. Christians believe Jesus was buried here at what became the site of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Easter week culminates on Easter Sunday, when Christians believe Jesus rose from the dead 3 days after his crucifixion. Christians across India gathered in a jovial mood to attend midnight mass. Priests read out verses and distributed Holy Communion, while worshippers lit candles to commemorate the auspicious day. Christians form less than 3% of India's population of more than 1 billion people.
I think Easter is about risen Lord. It's not about Christ who died. It's more about a risen Lord and that he is alive even today.
And Britain's Queen Elizabeth, the world's oldest and longest reigning living monarch, celebrated her 93rd birthday today by attending the traditional Easter service at Windsor Castle. She was accompanied by members of her family, including grandsons Prince William and Prince Harry, and William's wife Catherine. Prince Harry's wife Meghan Markle, who is due to give birth to the couple's first child imminently, did not attend. Queen Elizabeth has an official birthday in June, which is publicly marked with a large parade of soldiers through central London, known as Trooping the Colour.